Welcome back to another rebuild where we are now doing the Atlanta Falcons, which obviously, according to Madden, is kind of inverse of what they normally are, because I feel like they have a better passing game than what they are letting on. And that's about it, in all honesty. Like, their blocking I thought was better, but we'll take a look to see what we need to fix. But let's go. And we'll be running with Coach Mike Rando, because I couldn't think of a clever name to work with Falcons. No, that's really about it. Alrighty, so giving a quick rundown of what this team looks like so we can figure out what moves we need to make. Currently they got Penix starting at the moment over everybody else here. The only thing really to note is McGarry's 29, so he's going to start to regress soon. And then Matthews is 32, so he might retire soon. So, geez, it was bad timing off. But keep those two in mind. There's no one really under Pitts, so maybe try to get another tight end. And then they like Mooney and Moore, but I'm not a huge fan just because I feel like they're just too low to be good in Madden, unfortunately. Defensive side of the ball, Judon normally becomes a free agent soon. These two I got some questions on because I don't even know if they're going to still be there. And besides that one corner, we basically need to refix this O-line, or this O-line, the D-line. We need a second linebacker, dare I say it, outside linebacker, and a corner or two. Alrighty, unfortunately, not a great free agency for us. We only got a few signings in here. I could not grab, for the life of me, a decent strong safety, which stinks. Even after overpaying for that one and that one, I still couldn't get it. But we'll see if we can grab one in the draft. I don't even know what I pick, but it really doesn't. I'm not gonna show you guys the team because we only signed 3 people, and honestly, that didn't affect anything too much. But we had the second pick. They're saying top 5 left outside linebacker. But really, we're probably going with Chase Woods. Top 5 corner sitting here, in all honesty. Probably our guy, but I'll still throw some scouting out there and we'll see if we come up with anything. But besides that, I will show a draft recap. Just a heads up, for after making the second overall pick, I'm trading for the third and their second in 2 years, and I gave up a bunch of later on stuff with Bates to get Hooker as well. Just heads up. Alrighty, and it was pretty eventful draft for us. Not very many picks, but we got 3 top 5 talents out of this. 2 were because we knew one, they were there, which was the strong safety in the first corner. But so if we go back to this really quickly, we had 1, 2. We have the top 3 highest people in the draft. That's kind of funny. But in my defense, this was I scouted them and knew, scouted them new, traded to get 3 to get them, and then they happened to be available at our pick because I think they were projected a lot lower. But that's part about this guy. He's hidden as well. All 3 of them were hidden. I swung huge and hit huge in this draft for them, and ironically, all of them are on defense, which, let's be fair here, is exactly what this team needs. Now, I am really in cap, like, purgatory at the moment, which is kind of a scary thing, but don't have fantastic weapons for him. We really didn't upgrade any of those, unfortunately. But what we did do is I'm moving Bush to free safety. Give me a second. I'm supposed to switching them to the free safety position, so he starts over there. Because that's where he needs to be, in all honesty. So, looking at this now, what have we done? Well, we have completely improved our corner situation. I do need to try to trade away Phillips here, because I want the 2 people that can go crazy to go crazy. I'm probably going to try to move him and Trice for some sort of outside linebacker, more than likely. I mean, I now have a 72 overall Honestly, we're gonna give him the starting job over Jones. It's an edge rusher, but he's apparently a better D tackle, so we're putting him there. But besides that, I mean, we are looking pretty good. Harwick and Woods got the nickel dime spots. Bennett is nowhere near taking over there. I mean, we don't look too bad in all honesty. That looks kind of scary, if I'm being honest. All right, unfortunately, another crappy season for us here. Nothing prominent on anything, and we just had a bad record again. Wasn't even a great record in our division, personally, which stinks. But the defense is a little bit better, and we can run the ball well. I'm thinking this is now a playbook issue, in all honesty. Because I guess we had Penix out, which might have been affecting this. I don't know how long he's been out for, is the only thing. But I'm starting to think this is a playbook issue. But the offense still looks serviceable at best. So we're not like we're in bad shape there. All the rookies panned out to be almost fantastic. I mean, Woods being an 80 overall star at the 3, I think is still fantastic, in my opinion. But I have no issue with what I'm looking at, in all honesty. So I'm here for it. So we got 3. We got a good bit of superstars, and I am looking for another end or D tackle, so Bennett can play really either one of these 2 positions next year. Which is down 1 at the edge, but just fine. But if I find me a star-studded D tackle, I'll move him, which isn't a big deal. But I guess we're going to free agency here. I am going to change the playbook here. I honestly think that's going to be our limiting factors. Our offensive playbook is probably crap. Alright, also to recap really quickly, we had Hardwick get 3rd, we had Bennett get 5th, we had Woods get 7th in Defense Rookie of the Year on our end here. We also then had Bijan get 5th in running back, and Lindstrom made 7th in offense. So there's the awards there for us. But we're going on to free agency now. Hopefully we can make some stuff happen there. With free agency coming to an end here, and we got some large signing here in Taylor Mawton. And some other 80 overalls we signed. Everybody here was almost 80, except for Daniel Jones, because I realized after Penix going down, we need a backup quarterback. But we gave him another wide receiver option finally. We got another middle linebacker. I'll just go over the roster and show you guys instead of saying it like this, which kind of then will show you who we're dealing with because I already updated the roster. So what have we done? We've improved our wide receiver 3, kept our O-line strong with almost everybody here being the same except for the fact that we've signed 2 right tackles here, one being Dan Moore. That's because Dan backs up everybody. We still need to find another option at tight end, unfortunately, which we haven't done. But on the defensive side of the ball, slightly improved. We're still lacking 2 positions here, but we're hoping to hit that in the draft. And with the top pick here, I'm hoping one of those can be that. I don't see us taking a wide receiver at 1. So if we have an early pick here, we can go after maybe this D tackle or maybe this end down here. But we got to take a look at some people, and I will see you guys post draft to see how we can get this team in a better shape. So we had a fantastic draft again here, taking a 82 overall D tackle at the 1. I believe it's the tie. He was listed as 4, which I thought was weird. Or 3, one of them. But it still said 1 of 1, like when I picked. I don't know. It was bizarre. But anyhow, pretty good outside linebacker and tight end. We finally got that second weapon for him, that tight end, and another good D tackle there. So that should be an interesting thing to see. We will probably one of them play end on the other side. But if we look at this from an overall standpoint, the first 3 picks were all 82s. And then the 10th was an 81, some 78s, some 77s, some 76s. Our tight ends on there at the 3rd round there, which is good to see. followed up by our left outside linebacker. So there's 2 right there for us, which is good to see. I don't know if the left outside linebacker is going to make a starting role, but as the year goes on, they might. I just don't know if they're initially going to get that start. As far as team goes, we now have Kyle Pitts with a backup hidden tight end form as well. So we're giving Penix another option here to hopefully make him fantastic. Now, I am going to switch Johnson to a left end titling so that he starts in one of these positions. And we basically have the 3 people we took as rookies in Grady Jarrett's actually going to probably be the one to start, but I don't know where he went. Oh, dude, I picked one. Where'd he go? I don't know. But they're going to put Grady Jarrett back up there probably, which is fine. So we'll be able to keep the veteran. Hopefully Holster becomes a machine in the middle, and that'll be something that we can add to this defense, which is just going to make them scary. Yeah, unfortunately for us, our outside linebacker pick there is not going to see the field. But Crawford can be listed as the 3rd string here in the middle. Besides that, I mean, this team looks a lot better. So there's only one thing to do now. Let's see if we can make playoffs. Well, we made playoffs this time. So we are in with a 14-3 record. Let me pull the face cam to like the middle of the screen so that way you guys can see everything. As we can tell on the AFC side of things, Bills get 1, Chiefs squeak themselves in at 7, which is weird, but still scary that they're in there in general, because we now have the big 4, which is Bills, Chiefs, Baltimore, and Bengals, and it literally can come down to those 4 in the next round, which doesn't look fun. As far as the other side goes, my team side looks as follows. Lions edging us out, apparently, where we get Commanders with Eagles at the 3, so more than likely we're playing either Vikings, Cardinals, or 49ers, which isn't a bad one. And then my guess is probably play the Lions if we get that far. But I don't foresee a reason why we can't do that, considering our defense is phenomenal. Bijan is an absolute menace and a unit, and our defense is becoming an absolute, well, it's a menace. And something tells me that those D linemen I picked panned out greatly. But we got a X Factor Bijan Robinson, Superstar London, Superstar Lindstrom, Superstar Pitts, Baldwin got star, Watson's still star. Unfortunately, we're not seeing any. Hope at the center position, I might go try to sign a center because I don't want to put a 69 guy in. Besides that, though, Grady Jarrett still takes over the starting job over Warnu or Johnson, who is actually 79. He's really close. Holster, though, gets X Factor, which is awesome. Hardwick has Superstar still. All his stuff is still set, which is a plus. I just realized I just filmed all this. You guys couldn't see anything, so let me show everybody again really quick. Offense. Defense, considering my face is in the way. Sorry. But, I mean, the other thing really to note, we had some depth at the end position, which is good. So Jarrett goes out, they hopefully will put in Johnson. I don't know why it's not letting him. Isn't he a right end? No, he's a left end. We're gonna put him at right then. We'll put him at right end. I'm gonna stick him behind Grady Jarrett because I want him there. That's exactly what we. Honestly, that is best case scenario right there. We have a D tackle. We have 2 crazy D tackles that we picked. The corners, the safety look fantastic. I just gotta go sign me a center, and then they're 10-7. I'm just gonna sim it. I'm not even gonna look at the game in all honesty. Well, we won that one handingly at 35-6. That does put us up against the 49ers, because really quick to show everybody, you have the Lions, Vikings, us 49ers, Jaguars, and Chargers, which is huge. On literally 3 out of the 4 scary teams just lost on that AFC side. It is just them Bills up there. I can try to figure out a point so you can see my hand. But it's just those ones left. So we have a good shot now. Now with that being said, we got the team back and rolling. We have an overall offensive advantage, but not a defensive advantage, or even if anything it evens out because of our advantages and disadvantages. But we win in every category. So what, they're averaging 27, we're averaging under 20. They're averaging 23.7, we're averaging 23.7. They're averaging 23.5, sorry. But our defense is better. We might have this one. This is my first time seeing San Francisco make it any farther in this without me being involved. I haven't done their team yet, so let's see how this game ends. Alright, I'm strictly only filming now just to kill time, so that way if they get close. Minute 20 left in the 4th. We are dominating them. Bijan just busted off a huge run, and like that man's 20 for almost 150. Those are some insane numbers for a running back. Colts playbook are paying dividends for these Falcons right now. I won't lie to you. He's just going off. I love this. That's ball game. We won. I didn't even realize it was that close. Falcons have won the divisional round against the 49ers with ease. Purdy, you're gonna need my help to win, my guy. Dude, they just could not stop us. Holy, like, I knew that defense was bad compared to ours. That is pitiful. That is absolutely pitiful defense by them. And frankly, I mean, I'm here for it. I loved it because it was absolutely just a fantastic thing for me to look at. And I won't lie, it absolutely boosts my ego going into this next game. But I'm just saying, slightly pitiful. Okay, what we figure? We figure we're gonna face the Lions. Lions. So they are the better rushing team. We give up less points. We give up less. We win in every defensive category. They win in every offensive category. Which is ironic considering our offenses are the same and our defense is worse. But that's where we stand. But playoffs looks as so 1-2 versus 1-2. So we're either going to have a 1-2 or a 2-2 or a 1-1. Let's see what happens. Alrighty. 2-possession lead. Detroit just missed a 4th down, which means we're going to win this thing. I was going to say, provided that we burn their timeouts, yet Bijan just ran for like 20-some yards. Okay, I was going, dude. I was like, oh, we're going to run up the middle. We're going to burn up the time. Nope, outside run by Bijan. Another one for like 8 or 7. They only gave him 7. Alright, it's fine. Minute 24, so I think we probably need 1 first down out of this, and we have it, in all honesty. Hand off his way. No, it's not. Penix kept it and got nowhere. Surprisingly, only lost 1 yard, but I'll take it, only losing 1. 35, gonna throw. I would have personally just ran it, but we also have so many weapons that you can throw it. I'm perfectly okay with that. And let's ball game. NFC chips, baby. Let's go. 28-14 W's over the Lions. And ball game in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Winners. Well, let's see who we play in the Super Bowl and see if we actually win any awards, because I think we should at least get Coach of the Year. But let's take a look and find out. Well, we have a 1v2 matchup. Bills versus ourselves. We cannot avoid the fatal 4 coming out of the AFC, unfortunately. But we have advantage in overall. They have a better passing and scoring offense. We have a better rushing offense. We have a better... We give up less points per game. We give up less passing yards, and we give up less rushing yards. So our defense is a lot better. Our running game is better. It's basically the same thing as the San Francisco team, except their team is better, and they're only 16-1, so they're not playing for a perfect season, which is good. Allen does win MVP. Nothing on there for that. I feel like Randers got robbed of Coach of the Year. We've been like 2 and something, 3 and something, and I understand that they were undefeated, like they were 1 game off of perfect, but still, it's annoying. Nothing. Let's go Bennett. Van Ginkel. Nothing. Holster. Was it? Penix. Bijan. No. Matthew Bergeson. Ironically, it was only Bergeson that made it. No Lindstrom, which I feel like is weird, but okay. Nothing here. Van Ginkel. He might get superstar for this game, in all honesty. Nothing. Nothing. All right, let's see. Let's take a look to see if anything got improved on. I don't think anything did, but you never know with this type of thing. I might have an X Factor Van Ginkel for all I know. X Factor Bijan. Everything else is still superstar. Damien's out for this game, which means we're rocking with the 73 overall center that we signed going into the playoffs here. Defensive wise, Ginkel's still star. Everybody else sits where they're at. Jarrett's still rocking at the right end spot here. Let's see if we can do it. I'm kind of curious. Well, unfortunately, this is going to be the end of our run as they have the ball and we physically can't do anything to stop this offense somehow. Which honestly bothers me, considering how good our team was. It bothers me and how much we were unable to stop this offense. Like, I'm going to have to review these stats because something's not making sense. Like, I don't know where the hole is. I don't even know what to say at this point. I really don't. I thought this was it. I thought we were done. I was like, oh, dude, we were running through all these other teams with the Bills and... That means nothing, dude. We gotta score twice in... We gotta score, what? 14 only gets us to 28. Make it... Add 2 more that gets us to 30. We're still down by 1. We can't... There's no way we do this. Honestly, at this point, I'm going 5 wide. There's no point in having running back in there. Penix has 2 interceptions. There's why we're losing. It's Penix's issue with actually like controlling the ball in a reasonable time. It's upsetting. It's very upsetting to see, to be honest. This really isn't anything. This is just a formality at this point. We don't pray. It's upsetting to see because, like I said, we put together there's a lot of firepower. Honestly, I think part of the limiting factor is my quarterback. And apparently my defense. Which means we need to go improve it more. Alright, with free agency coming right now, as you can tell, we missed out on a big signing in Hutchinson we weren't able to get, which would have made that D-line so scary. We also could not get Zay Flowers here as another weapon. I did try. But we did happen to get Kyle Hamilton Stanley to replace our left tackle who did retire after last year, unfortunately. We also grabbed Cam Ward to take over as a corner. Boswell and a punter because we didn't resign both of them. And then we also lost another left guard there too. But to give everyone an idea of what this team looks like now that we did all that, well, the offense has got a lot of superstars. So you got the X Factor, the superstar, the superstar, the superstar, the superstar. So we're looking good. It's a very talented offense. Defense, a little bit less talent, but you got two superstar X Factor, superstar safety, two superstar corners, a superstar end, and a superstar D tackle as well. So we're looking pretty good here. That rookie that we had last year who was playing a little bit for Jared also retired as well. So we're gonna see if they can get that done now. Because we're making moves now, we got the bye for Trice in 2 seconds. Here. Second move here to fix the middle linebacker position was getting rid of Ellis because he keeps dropping for McFadden, who's a little bit younger and a little higher overall. Alright, so for recapping the draft, I'll admit I traded most of my things away. So I only got the 1 and the 3, which are around the same overalls and everything. So nothing too crazy. I don't think that tight end's going to start, even though he's hidden dev. He was a top 5 talent, so I figured I'd take him. So that just kind of tells you how low the class was if he's top 5. But that's the whole reason I took him. I didn't trade it away. But to generate the best lineup, bada bing, bada boom, 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 there you go. Monroe takes over at the 2. I could technically put him in for Baldwin, but I'm not going to. We're just going to run it back with that team. Which means I really didn't take many changes to this O-line. I just kind of replaced the 2 people that left. One didn't want to resign, one retired. One's going to retire soon, which we don't have replaced before. But defensive side of the ball wise, made an upgrade here, giving us a 93-91. Probably one of the better teams for taking into a Super Bowl chance here. So we'll see what they can do. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't expect us to win. Well, we did make it at a 15-2. Apparently, we can't throw the football for some reason, but we can run the football, defend the points, defend the pass pretty well. We can put up a good amount of points. So that's something to at least note for that. Show the games you guys can't see really quick. As you can tell, we got the bye. The Bills got the bye, so we might be going back to back here with them. But let's sim this week and see who we play, and then we'll take a look at the team, because there's no point in looking now. Because if they might be out this week, they may have been in this week. As you can tell, I was so confident I didn't even look at the draft class. I didn't even do any of it, which is a little uncharacteristic for me. But defense or offense still the same, although Baldwin is out hurt for the remaining time because he's out for 37 weeks because he tore his Achilles. I'll put him on IR in case we want to pick up a player, which you really don't need to, but we know Quinro's in, and I think now that Quinro pick might actually become important. Defensive side of the ball, starters stay the same, nothing crazy. These 2 are monstrous along with him and Kyle Hamilton, so we'll see if they can get that job done now. It'll be kind of interesting to see. But with that being said, let's see if we can beat them Cowboys. We win in points, they can throw better than us. We win in rushing, we win in points against. They can defend the pass better, but we can defend the run better, which one of those means nothing because we apparently don't throw the football. Alrighty, they got a minute 14, need to go about 30 yards. Short pass, 2 timeouts though. So, oh, there's a 9-second runoff there. I mean, look, they gotta get in field goal range to tie it, so. Not getting any pressure from my front 3. Dak's gonna run for some yards. Timeout called, 2nd and 3, 46 seconds left. I'm assuming they gotta get it to about the 35 for it to be a reasonable kick. Bring in 4. Decent pressure got to him. Oh, Hizzy threw though. We need that to be a sack there. If we're doing anything other, it needs to be a sack. 3rd down conversions. They got 5 of them. Let's see if they can make another one here. Kyle Hamilton does have his X Factor on. Just as heads up there, buddy. Bringing 4 again. No real pressure. Wow, we just left Jake Ferguson wide open in the middle. 7-second. Dude, why is it when the CPU does, like... Why is it when the other team's CPU does no huddles? Dude, how are you getting hit as you actively are throwing and hitting perfect passes? 18 seconds left at the 34. They're kicking this. Timeout call to try to ice them. He is away, folks. This is to keep us out of overtime. This keeps us out of overtime right here. Can we do it? Come on. It's Audrey. He's going to make it too. What are these Cowboys, dude? What are these Cowboys? There's a flag. Please tell me it's on them. Nope, it's on us. They're going to decline it. They're absolutely going to decline it. Well, I need a miracle. I don't think I'm going to get a miracle here. Nope. I'm assuming... Well, we're not going to need it. Look, we can go to overtime. It's fine, but I really don't want to. If I'm being honest. Underneath throw for no reason. Doesn't matter. We're not going to get there. Well, there's a 4-and-out for them, and they're going to punt. So the only reason I'm queuing this up is A, we're going on offense. B, they've had the ball already. So this is game winning at this point. So like I'm recording from here on out until this game ends because like that first drive they could have done nothing and they would have, or they could have scored a touchdown. We still had the chance, but this is now you get ball, you score, you win. Like we just need a field goal. There's almost 1,000 yards of offense in this game. Remember I said our defense was supposed to be good? Apparently I was wrong. We're at what? 60, 70, 76 points total and over 1,000 yards of offense. What am I watching? This is officially the weirdest sim I've ever seen. Like, I've had ones where I've won by, like, a kick return and stuff. This is just nuts. To be so dominant the year prior to this, when we shouldn't have probably been, and then there's this one where we should have waltzed through the entire NFC to get put in our first playoff game. Not granted, again, it is the divisional, but still. Divisional round put to overtime is ridiculous. Gosh, get us in field goal range. Alright, we're at the 35. I mean, we're not out of field goal range, but this is still long from possible. Just take the check down, Penix. Dude, just take the check down. Oh, come on, Boswell. Yeah, of course the timeout's called. Come on, Boswell. Come on, please. Please, I'm begging you. He missed. He was wide, wasn't he? Are you kidding me? That was a great play, but that's ridiculous, dude. Like, I don't know what to say anymore at this point. Like, I'm sitting here in shock because we did so well, and then we have Penix back there who just ruins the drive twice. Fumble, pick it up. Yes, we got it back. Thank you. Dude, I swear if it's not fumble. Me. Dude, I swear, Madden has coded this that the Falcons are gonna lose. I have put together a super team 2 years in a row, and it physically won't let me get there. Dude, if I genuinely believe at this point that the Falcons are coded to lose, they cannot 2-0 win a Super Bowl. What am I watching? I don't know what I'm watching at this point, dude. 4th and 5. This is almost an identical kick to what... I'm not looking at this. I'm just going to close my eyes. Now, the best part is I have this nothing on to let me know what the sound is, so like I just have to wait like 30 seconds and then I'll open my eyes and see what happens. I'm really hoping they don't. I mean, I have the cap to do this again, but if they... I'm wholeheartedly convinced that it is coded to not let the Falcons win. I'm wholeheartedly convinced. That's going to be the end of this one. That is going to be the Falcons rebuild because... So I can pull up the team to show you guys. I don't know what else you would like me to do. Like, if I go through and look at this, it is absolutely stupid of what has just transpired. I genuinely don't know what to tell you. Like, I do this really quick. Okay, where can we improve this offense? Sure, I can go trade for 2 other number 1s and improve the guard, maybe. Defense. Could I go try and trade away your entire future to grab a middle linebacker? Maybe. But if I have to do that to win, then they are genuinely telling you that Madden says the Falcons should have never won a Super Bowl. I have a 92 overall, 93 offense, 92 defense. You're going to tell me that this team shouldn't have won a Super Bowl after going 15 and something? Yeah, 15-2. With... They won't show me stats now. This is stupid. I wanted to see total stats, like offensive quality and everything, and it won't show me that now. But one of, if not the best defense, the best run game. I have the weapons to pass, yet they can't. Apparently, Penix can't do it. So, I'm calling it there. If someone would actually like me to continue this to see if that team can actually win a Super Bowl, do me a favor. Comment. I will absolutely make a part 2 to this and see how long it takes me to do this. And I will sit there and trade everything away to win. If that's the case. I will do it. I will absolutely do it. But I'm convinced that this is Madden saying no. Because if you put that team with those overalls on a field in this day and age, they will win 10 times out of 10. I don't believe they'll lose. But like I did with the other one, in terms of your draft, you went heavy on the defense, Falcons. You hit all the points you needed. You just didn't have the picks personally. So I think you're going in the right direction. I'm just concerned that real life might be the same way as Madden, and you might be coded to lose in every single way possible. So thank you for watching this. Like I said, if you want to see part 2 of it, feel free to let me know. I will continue this until they win, but I just kind of got to throw this out there as a video at this point because this is unheard of in my opinion. So I'm going to let that go. The next rebuild I will be doing for the next team is the Buccaneers. But yeah, let me know if you guys want to see that part 2 to this, where they actually, I will keep going. No matter how many, if I have to go 30 years in the future into Madden for the Falcons to win, I will do that. It will eventually come out. I don't know how long it'll take me, but if you want to see it, I will absolutely do it.